interesting. The odd and the bizarre people behind the, interesting. The odd and bizarre stories. Jay gets in it, stirs it up, and spits it out. He's a professional. It's all here on the Jay Thomas Show with Rodney Lee Conover, Julie, Madison, Kevin Meaney, Garrett and Christina, and Ira the Weatherman. This is the Jay Thomas Show.
I always envision people buckling their chin straps, Garrett. You know?
Sure.
Football two-a-days happening. I don't know if the pros don't allow two-a-days.
Yeah.
But every college and high school around, here in California and down in Louisiana and I was in Utah, saw the kids early in the morning and the afternoon. So they're I guess they figure the kids don't make any money. They don't collapse as easily. One guy for the Saints, 6'2", 300 pounds, and came to camp, and they said he was out of shape. Can you imagine? Rodney Lee Conover from the ranch. Can you imagine being 6'2" and 300 and out of shape? I mean,
no.
It's hard to believe. He said that he didn't know when the strike was going to end, so he didn't want to waste his time getting in shape.
Right.
And
I can see that.
He did.
I don't get in shape until I get a new partner movie. That's a fact.
That's it? That's what you do?
It's been a while. Right. It's been a while.
So what are you now, 5'10", 290?
I'm actually 305.
All right,
no.
Good.
I'm
right.
205.
By the way, this debt crisis, this crashing of the stock market, I say, it's not the government's fault, and I say all that stuff, and even Jeff Furlot sent me a rude note.
Wait a minute. You said it's not the government's fault?
I do not think it's the government's fault. I do not.
What did Jeff Furlot say?
He said, how can Barack Obama be going on vacation in Martha's Vineyard or wherever they go while the country is in the shitter?
Well, listen, unemployment is, almost 10%. Mm-hmm. And that, of course, doesn't even count people that are no longer looking for jobs. But people that are looking for jobs, 10% are unemployed. Mm-hmm. $14 trillion in debt.
Yeah.
Over $1 trillion just this year.
Yeah.
Budget deficit, but good news, Obama's handicap under 16.
Now, here's the thing. The reason why I say today, and here's another. I talked about Herbert Hoover yesterday, who was the president when the stock market collapsed in 1929, and prior to that, 1928, we had some of the highest stock prices. And the country was just doing fantastic, And so it's always this inflation, whatever it is, not inflation, but these good times. And so then the thing crashes, and it's really awful. So he says, look, we're going to wait for business to figure this thing out, okay? And we're not going to give away a bunch of money, and we're not going to and he did a couple of things. Very smart guy, by the way.
We're not going to give away money? What was the stimulus? No,
I'm talking about Herbert Hoover.
Oh,
and so,
I'm sorry.
So the people began to, the bread line started, and business, it was a worldwide depression, much like now is becoming a worldwide recession, except for China, who's pretending, they can print any money they want to and say whatever their yuan is worth, right? So the people begin, rioting and they hate him, and FDR comes in, prints money, borrows money, and gives it away. Now, I know you think he made the Depression worse, Rodney.
Oh, it's not just me. Any contemporary study on that will come to that conclusion. I didn't make that up, Jay.
No, I know you didn't. And here's the funny part. You probably didn't hear that from anybody until you might have heard it from a few academics, but you didn't hear it from anybody until things were this bad. Prior to that, FDR was always the guy that helped us out of the Depression, and then, of course, we fought the war, which made everything, okay. Even my dad, who was a Republican, I never heard him say anything bad about FDR, ever.
Well, because it had never happened before. We didn't know what that... How can you comment on it until it's over? And by the way, World War II is what both sides of the press...
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, FDR, the Democrats' hero, it was a disgrace.
You think he was a disgrace?
Oh, he put an entire race of Americans in internment camps. Okay? I don't even have to go beyond that.
But the Japanese?
That would be the Japanese Americans.
I would like to put all of the CEOs in internment camps.
How about take them to Aruba and go fishing?
By the way, another woman has been killed in Aruba, Garrett Andritz, and Christina Palumbo. If anyone invites you to Aruba,
yes, Christina,
don't
just say no.
Exactly.
Don't.
But I'm not blonde, so I don't think that there's a shot for me.
I don't know what the girl looks like, but look it up. This guy, now it was reported as just
in a trashy way. Am I right, Garrett?
I haven't seen her.
Her name is Robin.
She's like a natural ice, drinking.
Robyn is her name. She has a boyfriend, and the boyfriend can't go, so she goes online, right, Rodney, and looks for a companion to join her in Aruba.
I guess they met online, and they actually had, I think, gotten together a couple times before this trip. And, another word to the wise, Christina, when you're going snorkeling and the guy only has one set of snorkeling equipment, right, red flag, right there.
Right.
Now, she had a boyfriend. Now, she claimed that she was going with just a fellow traveler. Right?
Yeah.
So they go to Aruba, the same place that the little girl from the Natalie Holloway, the little girl from Alabama, was, I'm sure, brutally murdered by the Netherlands, the Dutch DJ Vanderroot, whatever his name is. Vandersloot. Other people have disappeared over the years, and they think that they dispose of the bodies off the back end of the island. The back end of the island is very rough, and where the beaches are, I don't know what side it's on. It's probably on the leeward side of the island. On the windward side of the island, it's craggy. And that's how it kind of got. We used to say that about people's faces, but since plastic surgery, you don't see so many people with those horrible acne scars anymore. Have you noticed that, Rodney? Remember, we knew a lot of craggy-faced people?
It used to be scraggy, but now it's kind of shiny.
It is shiny. And those guys would become the bad guys in the movies. There's a particular guy I'm remembering now, but I would never know his name. And you've seen him a number of times back even through the 80s and 90s. Edward James Olmos has had his face fixed.
Really?
He's had
he's never going to get work.
Well, do you know that he made a movie, American, whatever that was, American Gangster? And I didn't know this, but they murdered the guy that was the advisor on it, and they tried to murder Edward James Olmos. I just watched it recently and read this article the other day about the real guy that it was taken from. So I
remember going to that screening premiere, actually, with one of those actors, Tom Wilson, and I asked him about the film, and he said it was really scary.
And also they were threatened and everything else. Well, the thing is that now they get so that's what craggy. You'd say a guy had a craggy face. Off the back of Aruba, there are these spiky rocks, and there's and that when they throw the body down there, beside being torn up by the surf and then dragged out to sea, of course the sharks are there waiting for the bodies to come out. And there have been, over the last decade, about 15 or 20 unsolved disappearances, and mostly young women. So and they go there, they're having a good time, they drink, someone gives them ecstasy, put something, in their drink. I was at a bar in New Orleans about 3 weeks ago, and I had to go to the bathroom. And I'm there with a bunch of people I've known forever, and my cousins are there and everything else. And I go to the bathroom, and my cousin says, "You're not leaving your drink at the bar, are you?" I said, Yeah, I'll be right back. She says, "Somebody's going to put something in it." I said, What would they put in it? She goes, "Well, I don't know, but that's what people do." I go, "What, like to What, to fuck me? To get me to what, pass out? And
they don't need to put something in your drink for that.
No, they don't. But she was claiming that she warns her daughters all the time. Now, Christina, would you ever go to the bathroom and leave your drink at the bar and say,
no, never.
Why? What would they put in there?
Roofies.
And then, but they don't know you.
They have their way with you sexually.
But suppose it's not, but there's no one that you're with. You know,
what
it's
do you
like
mean there's no one I'm with?
If
I'm going to the bar, and I'm going to the bathroom, chances are I'm going with my friends. I'm not going to the bathroom alone.
But let's say you're by yourself at the bar.
Why would a stranger put a roofie in your drink if he's not going to go home with you?
How do you know? He's going to get you home because of that roofie.
You mean that roofie is you're going to pass out and he's going to carry you?
Possibly, or I'll be to the point where I can't make any good decisions.
So when you get really loaded, you can pretty much score.
Well,
wow.
Well, there's no shame in that.
So you would fall into the arms.
Are you scoring when she's not conscious?
No, you would fall.
No. I'm talking about you're at the bar.
Right.
And the roofie kicks in. All of a sudden, you become open to suggestion to
hey, Christina,
walking around.
Hey, when you score when she's unconscious, it's called a tie. What is it when a pitcher doesn't win or doesn't lose, Garrett?
Wow.
What is it?
No decision.
No decision. That's
wow.
Do you not know about the put your napkin over the top of your drink?
Oh, they make coasters for that now.
But I never understood how that protects anyone from just lifting it up and putting the napkin down.
If you're with a sleazy guy and you don't know the guy or whatever, or vice versa, let's say there's some nutty woman, okay, and I don't know her. I mean, first of all, if I brought somebody back to my place, I mean, my kids bring people back to our home, and I say to them all the time, for God's sakes, don't bring a stranger back here and let them, be in the house or sleep over or whatever. Oh, well, I met them. They're nice. I go, yeah, well, that's what criminals do. They act nice. Then they rob you and murder your family in your sleep, But I don't.
On the storm, boom, 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 boom.
I don't know what that means.
Riders on the storm.
Let's get back to Aruba, please. Here we go. So the woman.
Were born.
Yeah. Yeah, the woman goes to Aruba with the guy, and she goes snorkeling, and they go in the water, and they're looking at the beautiful colored fish.
Allegedly.
Yeah. And he comes out of the water, and he goes, Robin, and he yells up and down the beach. And he looks for her, and he goes to the guy, and can't find her. So here come the police and the EMTs, and they search for her, and they can't find her. And another horrible snorkeling tragedy.
Yeah. Some people, friends of hers, have testified that there is no way in hell she would ever go snorkeling. Not with them.
That's right.
Not with some stranger. Not with anyone.
She's not a snorkeler.
Not a person that would do that. We all know people that do stuff and people who are deathly afraid to do other stuff. And apparently she was one of these people that would just never, ever go snorkeling or scuba diving or, fast boating or deep-sea fishing. And she was one of those people.
Why would you go on a island ocean vacation?
Why?
Why would you go?
Sun, gambling, drinking, fun, besides those 4 reasons?
Let's go to Samantha. Are you in Glendale, Arizona, or Glendale, California, Samantha?
Glendale, Arizona.
Glendale, Arizona. Welcome to the show. When you go to a bar, are you worried that someone might put something in your drink and you'll collapse in their arms and they will take you away and have their way with you?
They will rape you?
I usually have my drink in my hand. I don't really
never put it
let
down.
It go. No, I never really put it down.
Has it ever happened?
How about if I met you at the bar and you're going to bend down and fix your shoe and I go, here, let me hold your drink?
No, I'm pretty much I guard the drink.
You would take the drink all the way on the floor with you and you'd fix your cum.
You finish what's in there, get down to the floor, buckle your shoe, get back up, get another one.
Hey, Garrett, there you go.
You know what the scam is, though, is that these creeps are in cahoots with the bartender. And the bartender, when he makes the girls drink, boom, boom.
Mr. Conspiracy Theory. Thank you.
Oh, that's a real conspiracy.
Well, they're not in cahoots with the fucking bartender.
That makes me want to bring a flask everywhere I go.
The Max Factor guy that was put in prison for just this was in cahoots with bartenders. That's how he did his trick.
He was rich. Go ahead, Jack. What'd you call us about from Georgia?
Hey, Jay, the other day I heard you mention Alex Trebek, and he was in a hotel room, and all of a sudden his wallet was missing, and I just smiled ear to ear. Every time I've heard that story, and I'm a longshoreman, I hear that story all the time from truck drivers, these dummies that are always getting their wallet stolen from a woman that suspiciously just breaks into their truck in the middle of the night while they were sleeping. Think about it. Who robs you? What woman is in your motel room?
Wait a second. Jack. His wife was in the room too, so you are actually accusing Alex Trebek and his former model, much younger wife of, and you're doing it. It's alleged. You're saying a threesome was going on, and it turned ugly, and they turned on the woman. Is that what you're saying, Jack? Because his wife was with him.
Well, what was it? They are having a threesome, and she, as they always do, they watch when you take your money out. They watch where you place the wallet, and she stole from. Now it's not just me. I already heard rumblings on it right here on Sirius on some news blurb on one of the channels that it's looking like it might be exactly the case, man.
Rodney, this is totally alleged. I can't believe, Rodney, what's your take on the three-way prostitution robbery of Alex Trebek?
Who gives a fuck, Alex, for $300?
Now, the woman said that she was not robbing him. And, but they don't know what she was doing. Here's the other funny thing. She looks just like the woman that Arnold Schwarzenegger knocked up. Exactly like her.
When she's going to get off, though, I read today.
How's she going to get off?
Well, the arresting officers, they gave her Miranda warnings. They forgot to form it as a question. So.
All right, Jack. Jack, we'll keep a close eye on it. All right.
From Garrett. Thank you.
All right. Let's go to Joe of California. Yes, Joe, it's Jay Thomas. Yes, sir.
Jay, I'm on the cell, and I just want to tell you there's more to that Salvation Mountain. There's like a homeless encampment right next to it, and they got all these abandoned motorhomes there. So
wait a minute. Wait. Let's go back over Salvation Mountain again. Where is Salvation Mountain? That's where we had a guest on.
It's like 85 feet below sea level and close to the Arizona border in southern.
Yeah, we had the guy on that built this mountain, the Salvation Mountain, so you say there's a homeless camp next to it, a RV camp. What is it?
Right. It's no, it's not an RV camp. That's where people go and abandon their stuff, and they live there. And it's like 85 feet below sea level, and they got all these hot springs there that the homeless, can go in during the winter to keep from freezing and stuff.
The homeless in the desert do not bother me at all. And it's at the beach. It's in downtown of the major cities of the United States. It's in the great, you go to the beach, you go to Santa Monica, you go to Miami Beach, you go anywhere in Florida. I'm sure that, I don't know, in Chicago, there must be beautiful places you'd like to go sometimes when you're visiting there, Rodney, and there's homeless people, at the really nice spots.
Yeah, and they got nicer shoes than I have.
Yeah, well, I know. And you've worked really hard. You're going for your vacation, like our president, who's exhausted from this debt ceiling thing. And then there's the homeless people, and they don't deserve to be there. They haven't done anything to deserve their vacation.
Jay, there's more to it than that.
But we got to double the welfare budget
right next to it.
They have what next to it, Joe?
A bombing range where the U.S. has a range where the jets come in and the helicopters, so the homeless get a show. Like they start bombing stuff at night, the tracers on the ground and all that stuff. It's really quite a good place to be homeless.
Well, thank you, Joe. We had a man on recently of Salvation Mountain, and now it's kind of a deeper deeper look at it, Garrett. That's what I like about it. All right. Of course, I'd forgotten about Salvation Mountain. By the way, Rodney Lee Conover is here in a few minutes. We're going to have people on. Rodney, who were married by computer.
Wow.
Yeah. Stay where you are. All right. 888-4-102-102. Rodney Lee Conover. Rodney has a ranch. I have not seen the ranch. I just hear about it. And it's used for television shows and movies and commercials. Where are you located? If people were just driving around California, what are you close to?
Well, I am about halfway between the 5 and the 15. If you can picture the two, they kind of angle off of Los Angeles on both sides. Yeah. And if you were in Pasadena and you were to go directly over the San Gabriel Mountains, I'm right on the other side of that.
So what town is close? Well,
it's called Llano, but, nobody would recognize that. I think that maybe you would recognize the town of Pear Blossom or Little Rock, but it's really, it's 100 acres, so it's not like it's near a town, You can't have 100 acres near a town.
Can you hear the traffic and all from where you are?
Oh, God, no.
You hear nothing. Now, what about? Wasn't there a train derailment near there recently?
Yeah, it was right out in back of my property. Like 16 or 18 cars derailed, and people freaked out because they were the type that hold chemicals.
Yeah.
So rather than anybody checking on, what was in there. They just evacuated everybody, which, for miles and miles and miles, which is, in this case, about 7 people.
And what was in there? What was fearful?
It turned out they were all just empty, so there was no...
Mm-hmm. Wow. They were empty, and they evacuated anyway.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
They love evacuating people. Are you kidding me? And I got some great shots of... the cars, the actual train cars on their side, they're laying on their side. It's kind of weird looking, scary.
By the way, I was just sent this from a guy that's actually in the FBI. He said, Jay, here in the state of Maryland, the FBI has been sent to Aruba in the case of this missing American woman that you mentioned. Richard Wolf, who was an FBI spokesman. Cool.
He's got a great FBI name, doesn't it?
Yeah, Richard Wolf. Her name, she's Robin Gardner, 35 years old. Last seen August the 2nd near Baby Beach on the western tip of the island. And a prime suspect is Gary Giordano, who is also a United States citizen. They're looking at telephone records, and Aruba is not asking the United States for help. So the FBI is just going there in, I guess, flowered shirts and walking around. You know what I'm saying?
They never, the Aruba people, they're always like, well, shit happens. It's like their attitude about it. And what is it with the young female blonde tourists that the Arubian fish seem to love so much?
Well, actually, the sharks in that area are so prevalent that now many of the fishermen will use young blonde tourists as chum, Rodney. They will actually...
Oh, where's the bowling pins, man? That's $150.
Yeah, they'll chum... They'll throw a... You know what they throw down there, Garrett? Like a bloody hand, and they'll just drag it behind the boat. So, Shane of Charlotte, North Carolina. By the way, thank you. That's exciting when the FBI guy listens to the show. Can you imagine him eating a sandwich like, Tom Hanks in Catch Me If You Can, and having like a cup of coffee and a sandwich and, listening to Sirius XM. Shane, yes, sir. Go ahead.
Hey, buddy. Hey, that Salvation Mountain, you know where Palm Springs and the Salton Sea, that's where that's at.
We know. Yeah.
That idiot talking about it. Hey, well, okay, look, Rodney, remember when you gave your phone number out over the air like a year ago now?
I do.
Yeah, I called you that morning.
Yeah, I remember you, fag. What are you doing that for?
It was
I'm a
6
dude,
a.m. East
okay?
Coast.
I'm a dude, and I like women. The end of that one.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't know you'd answer.
Well, what do you think I would do? Just let it ring and let you leave a queer message on my machine? Forget about it.
That's what you said to me, Victor.
I know. I remember.
Well, you know what?
Anyway.
I tell people that, I stay in a specific hotel, and I will get some phone calls. And what's sad is it's always the loneliest man that calls you, and they just want to talk. And so, Shane, what did you expect? You thought Rodney was going to hang with you or something? What do you?
Can be your bud.
I thought I'd get his voicemail and I'd leave a dumb gay message or something like that.
Right,
and,
right.
Jab at him a little bit, and that would be it.
I think he called because he was just like, there's no way this is Rodney's phone number. And when he called, he was like in shock. I answered the phone. He was like, Rodney, this is you. He was just out of his, and it's got nothing to do with my stature in society. I think
I'll never say the hotel I'm staying at again. That was a huge mistake. They came in.
Pretty good phone sex out of it, though, from some other listeners.
Oh, you did? You did?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Shane. Let's go to Damon of California. Damon, are you one of the guys that called Rodney when he gave his phone number out about a year ago?
No. I would have, but then I'd be stuck listening to him on that horrible fucking speakerphone that he's on. Ridiculous.
So what was your comment, Damon?
You heard exactly what I said, goddammit.
I know.
There's nothing we can do about it. He's way the hell in the middle of nowhere.
Listen, I get it. I lived up there.
Well, if you get it, what are you complaining about?
Oh, my God, it's horrible. I'm listening to you on the phone.
You can hear everything I'm saying. What's the matter with you?
Listen, if I called the show and I'm on a speakerphone, at least be by the speakerphone. You're like on the other side of the room. It's ridiculous. Listen, that's what I called about. First of all,
your mom named you Damon. Right there, we know there's something wrong with you.
Whatever.
What do you want?
Listen, I called about something else, but first of all, Garrett, you son of a bitch. I heard you talking mad trash on me while I was on hold and you guys were on commercial.
Oh, you heard that shit?
Hey, hold it a minute. Wait a second, Damon. Hold it, Damon. Well, Damon, what did you hear on hold? Because the company does this to us, and we're not sure if they're listening to us or not. They tell us that we can't be heard on hold, and even though all of the shows go into a main control room, we are assured that legally they are not listening to what we're saying off the air, although the shit that Covino says is fabulous lately, Garrett. He is having some discussion of getting paid for an appearance, and I'm talking to myself at my desk, and I'm going, "You're not going to get paid." And so the next day he goes, "God damn it, they're not going to pay me!" It's the funniest fucking thing because I can tell what's going to happen to him. So, Damon, what did you hear on hold?
Well, what I heard was it sounded like I heard you saying something about I would like to give a random caller cash. And I heard you say my name. I thought. And then I heard Garrett say, very vividly, I heard Garrett say,
no.
The people on hold can hear you, especially that fucking asshole Damon. Now, Garrett, I'm not going to call up and say, hey, has anybody noticed that Garrett sounds like high-pitch Eric without the charm and high-pitch in his voice? By the way, he sounds just like high-pitch Eric with that.
All right. Stay where you are. It's the Jay Thomas Show. They were married by computer. Coming up.
Hey, I remember the name of the movie, Jay.
What?
Are we on the air?
Yeah.
I remember the name of the movie where they let the white people go in the jungle and the natives try to kill them. It's Brian Stowe story.
Who's Brian Stowe?
Is that his name?
I don't know who that is.
Tell him, Garrett.
I don't know.
Who is Brian Stowe? Who is that?
The guy that got beat up and almost killed in Dodger Stadium parking lot.
Oh, well, all right. Let's go to Jesse of New Jersey. Jesse, you claim that you went to Aruba on your honeymoon. How many were there floating blondes in the surf when you were there? What was it like?
Hey, Jay, what's up? I was there the week after Natalie Holloway went missing. So I was there for about 10 days. And I was at the Jagged Edge. That's the north shore, the north side of Aruba, where the lighthouse is.
Yeah, and that's it It's like if you play spooky music, it goes with what's happening over there.
Yeah, I ate at an Italian restaurant over there. You eat there, and I'm not going to go into the whole thing, but supposedly on Thursday nights, now I don't know if it's true because I haven't been there, people said on Thursday nights usually the hotel will take scraps, like old food and everything from a couple of days and stuff, and they'll go out there for the tourists, and they'll throw the scraps out, and supposedly it's circular, the sharks just circulate around that whole jagged-edged rod and eat scraps of food and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Baby Beach, where that girl was found, I don't know, it's the first I've heard of it, was on the other side of the island.
Yes, the other side of the island, a lot of, there's a baby beach in Maui, too. It just means there's not a lot of surf. But what happens is they don't think that they went snorkeling. No one saw them go in. Her family and her boyfriend say that she was not the person that would go snorkeling, so they can't prove that the guy even went in the water with her. And if she's gone, he took her to the back end of the beach, back end of the island. So, well, thank you, Jesse.
Yeah, see you later, buddy.
All right,
She was murdered, Jay.
What?
She was murdered.
Well, and Nancy Grace is having multiple orgasms over it. I mean, I've never seen a woman so excited.
Yeah,
I mean,
she doesn't need any show prep for the next
She doesn't
6
care
months.
about the little Mexican baby.
She doesn't care about Mexican babies?
No, she doesn't. The one that was trapped between the mattress and the bedboard.
Ay, caramba.
Oh, my God. Oh, my
So
God.
upset about it.
I can't imagine not being concerned about that.
Oh, my God. New movie out there that's pretty exciting. It's about Tiger Woods and his caddy. It's called The Help. Tiger Woods and these golfers say that this guy, Steve Williams, should not have said anything, that he was excited by the victory. I mean, come on, you couldn't write this sports story. Tiger fires him, and caddies do help the pro golfers, and he helped the guy win the tournament. Now, here's what's funny. If you strangled me, I could not tell you what the pro's name was who won the tournament. I know Steve Williams, I know his name, I know Tiger Woods, I do not know the guy's name that won the tournament. Is it Scott Clark? What is it?
Adam Scott.
Adam Scott. Never heard of him. And you know what? I mean this. The only story, the only interesting thing, and the only reason that I would have watched that tournament is to see Tiger's ex-caddy help an unknown guy, or maybe he's known among golfers, a golf enthusiast or something, but I never heard of him. Lee Westwood, who is a complete fucking asshole, has said caddies are to keep their mouth shut about what goes on. I'm telling you, it is unbelievable.
Well, it's true, though. They got to keep their mouth. And, Tiger's caddy, to his credit, for years, kept his mouth shut about what was going on. You got to admit that.
He did.
I know. He was a good guy.
The thing is that now he's apologized, and they've made him take his place with the help. That's what they're basically saying. And Tiger Woods needs to start accepting the fact that whenever we look at him, he's like a guy that fucked 18 women in the United States, probably hundreds throughout the world.
You know what he is?
What?
He's the Tiger Woods of cheaters.
He is. That's right. That's right. Stay where you are. Miguel Hansen and his lovely wife.
Some relaxing music for us.
Diana. They're from Houston and couldn't get a friend to serve as the minister of their wedding, so they created their own. That's right. They got married. A computer conducted the ceremony. Of course, computer programmer, Hansen wrote what the computer would say, and they stood in front of their 30-inch monitor in the backyard, and a robotic voice greeted the guests, and it's really something. Stay where you are. Everyone chill and, in fact, chillax. to MiguelHansen.com. Miguel and Diana, are you both with us right now?
Yes. No, I am only. He had to work, sadly.
He had to work. Okay. Well, Diana, welcome. When was the marriage?
This was July the 30th. It's like 2 weekends ago now. 2
weekends ago. And so, is there any way we can hear what the computer said to people or said to you guys?
No, sadly, without him, I don't have his stuff ready. I wasn't.
Yeah.
Hold on just a minute. Let me see if I can get this real quick. But go ahead and ask me a question while I'm getting this together here.
You mean you can listen to me, you can answer a question, and you can try and find the robotic voice of the computer greeting people?
Of course. I'm a major nerd. How else would I live if I could multitask?
So you two were, did you meet on a computer dating service, internet dating service?
Yes, we met on a site called Sweet on Geeks.
You met at Sweet on Geeks?
Yeah. And to be honest, I typed in like nerd dating into the search engine, and that's what I came up with, sweetongeeks.com.
You know what's amazing? Did you live your life as someone who thought, well, I'm a nerd, I've got glasses, I'm not like these women out of the magazines. Did you think that you were never going to meet Mr. Right for you?
No, I just knew that my Mr. Right was different from everyone else's Mr. Right. Mine, Mr. Right, was would snuggle up on the couch watching the Lord of the Rings trilogy with me in a marathon style. And, it was different from, I didn't want to do football games, baseball games, and I wanted to do BlizzCon and, Harry Potter premieres and whatever else. So.
Right. So but you were confident.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the difference, I think. I think there are people that are negative, and I think there are people that, are confident, and that confidence is what sets in. So you when you say nerd, or you go to Sweet on Geeks or whatever, it was okay with you that you had a definition of yourself that may not have been in my world. I'm not a geek. I'm not a nerd. So it's like, and if I were that, I would go, oh God, I'm depressed.
Yeah, it's more about embracing that side of yourself. I don't want to try to be something I'm not. If I enjoy those things, then I might as well embrace that and not be like, oh, I wish that I didn't love World of Warcraft, or I wish that I wasn't so good at reading. And, why do that? Why not just say, this is who I am, this is what I love?
Well, what do you call yourself in World of Warcraft?
What do I call myself? What is my handle or whatever?
Yeah, yes.
I'm just going to put this out there on national radio.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, it's Teona.
You're Teona. Garrett, what were you on World of Warcraft? What were you?
Thunder Eye.
He was Thunder Eye.
Yeah.
Wait, Thunder On?
Thunder Eye. And tell her what level you got to.
Oh, well, currently I'm still playing, so I'm the max, whatever. I'm at level 85 now.
Yeah, I only got to 60 because that's the max when I played.
Oh, wow, that was quite the while back. Yes. Okay, I have a sample of it here. Hold on.
Okay, they were married. Here we go.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Okay, ready? Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, and go.
Decide for yourself, and you may now share your vows with one another.
Did you get it?
Yes, it sounds like you're being married by Stephen Hawking.
You're not the first person.
Wait a minute.
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Wow.
What
else do you have there, Garrett?
I could, whatever you want me to write.
What do you mean? You can write it?
Yeah.
What was the greeting, Diana, when people came in?
The greeting was, we welcome friends and family to witness here today.
Hold on. We welcome friends and family to witness here today.
We welcome friends and family to witness here today.
Yeah, but see, that's the part of the design of the program. He made the voice, he slowed it down, he made it more masculine, he made it more. I mean, he actually tweaked everything.
He did.
Yeah,
I'm gonna we're gonna have you back on.
Sure.
And I want to hear or have him send it to Garrett, my producer here, and we'll figure that out. So was your minister a Mac or a PC?
It was definitely a PC.
It was a PC. Now, why didn't you? You're not Mac people.
No. We've grown up Windows all the way.
I see. And were you all a Twitter when you were getting married?
No, we were not all a Twitter. We were all a Facebook, however.
You were all a Facebook. And on the wedding night, was he a hard drive or a floppy disk?
Well, he brought nerdy to me for one.
Yeah. So, you get married and you have everybody come in the yard. So it was a normal wedding, except the greeting was by the computer. And then was the music computerized also?
Yes, the music was from the playlist, and it was sent through the same program that he used for the marriage. And we did our vows. Well, I did my vows from iPhone, and it was. Somebody said, well, if they were real nerds, they wouldn't be using the iPhone. But you're going to get that. When you say you did it by iPhone, you mean you didn't speak to each other? No. I spoke my vows, but I read them from my iPhone. I had lost my vows earlier. I had written them, and they were so wonderful. And talking about calling him you're the Han Solo to my Princess Leia and whatnot. And lost them and had to rewrite them on the day of the wedding on my iPhone and saved it as a note memo or whatever, and then pulled it up when I got to the wedding. Everybody laughed. Now, to have children, you're just going to stick a flash drive in and... No, it's just going to be the natural way, I think. Be the natural way. All right. Well, congratulations, Diana and Miguel Hansen. And I would like to hear it. So Garrett will figure out how you can get it to him. Now, Christina who works with us. You've been married before, Christina, and you are an aficionado of Facebook and Twitter and the computer. Would you ever consider stealing this idea and doing it? It saves money, doesn't it, Diana? I kind of like it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's great. And people were saying, well, it's so impersonal, but to us it was more personal because we didn't have some stranger who we barely knew, up in our service. It was like we had what we are used to. Well, you could actually go in and build an animation of anybody you want to do. You could animate a minister. You could animate a movie star or a recording star, or a deceased relative, a friend that's out of state. Or I don't know if you want to animate a deceased relative in the computer. Who knows? But that's the point. The sky is kind of the limit with this thing. If you mean you'd want your grandmother there dead with her lips moving and saying stuff to you? I don't think so. That would be. Who am I to judge? I would do Christopher Walken. That'd be awesome. You could do Christopher Walken. I would do that one.
Why did your husband program the computer to be sexist?
To be what if he did? No, why did he? Because it says, I now pronounce you man and wife. And it should be husband and wife. And then it says you may kiss your bride like you're his property. I don't know. It's kind of old fashioned. I don't know. I kind of like it. Really? But just
you know what? Here's the difference. We see a problem here already. Yeah.
What's that?
Well, that's very subliminal. Man and wife.
Man and wife. That's
your bride. You know what I mean?
You may kiss your bride. Yes, because they are each other's.
Kiss the bride.
Yeah. No, it's more personal than that.
Be careful.
He owns you.
Now, is this legal? Is your wedding legal?
It is now, yes. But we did have to go and get the actual documentation signed. One of our best friends who was supposed to preside for the wedding, he was the one that backed out and caused this whole thing in the first place. He wound up getting ordained and signing it and kind of bringing it all full circle. So we are legal and official.
What size RAM do you guys use?
What size RAM? I don't know.
Huh? 16 MB?
No earthly idea.
50 MBs?
I had to ask him. I have no idea.
Does he play World of Warcraft too?
Does he play World of Warcraft? Yeah.
Yeah, he's clearly the geekier of the two of us. And while he doesn't play World of Warcraft, he plays Star Wars Galaxies.
Ooh. And he started programming in the first grade, Garrett. First grade programming.
Yeah, so did I.
You did too?
Yeah. Because it was so easy back then. It was 10, print, blah, 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 20, C10, and it It was very basic. You couldn't make it do anything.
What does all that mean?
It was just code. It's called BASIC, and it was just like a set of instructions, and the computer would run it.
And all we had was an erector set when I was a kid. Just you needed a screwdriver.
Do you guys do like Dungeons and Dragons too, or is that like a different level
that's
of
a
geeky?
different. Yeah, no, that's a whole different. We're more of the techie side of
right.
You should have had Mark Zuckerberg or somebody come on the screen. You didn't use any pictures of any famous, Bill Gates or somebody come on the screen and.
No, we didn't. No. We didn't want to start our wedding off in legal battles, so we avoided the use of actual people.
I don't think they'd have come after you, to be honest. All right. Well, Diana, thank you. Married by computer. That's cool. Thank you very much.
Thanks. No problem at all. Let me know when you want to.
And by the way, was God mentioned did you do any God stuff?
I'm not. I don't think God was. I mean, God was clearly there. I guess if he was anywhere, he was there. But my husband is Jewish, and I'm Unitarian. So we kind of just were blessed by God, and that was kind of it. There was no
Did you put a yarmulke?
No chuppah?
Did you put a yarmulke on the PC? No,
but that would have been an interesting addition.
You know what? You really needed someone, a little more clever like me to help you. In fact, let me tell you a company that you should start. You should start computer wedding planners.
Well, we've got marriedbycomputer.com. That one's going up soon. And that's one of the things that people want information about. We've gotten a lot.
No, not information, not for free. Make a company out of it, and you guys could put up, much bigger screens, and you could have a ton of fun with it.
We could bring out all the stuff, set it up.
Yes.
That's a good idea.
No, it's a hell of an idea, and it's something that's funny, and there's a lot of Miguel's and Diana's out there Garrett, would you get married by computer? Would that be fun for you?
Anything different from the way it's done now would be.
See that?
He's starting to break. You're going to get married.
Starting to break.
You're going to get married because
what?
You considered it just a little bit. You're going to break.
It's like he's being held prisoner like John McCain. He's starting to break. He's going to tell us who is name on yellow piece of paper. You will tell us who is Juicy Fruit. Yeah. That's right. All right. Right. All right. Well, thank you very much, Diana.
No problem at all. Thanks for having me on.
God, that was heartwarming. Garrett, is there a story about a guy in a Smokey the Bear outfit saying something to a United States senator, and the senator got angry at him? Someone sent me a note and said, Jay, have you read about the Smokey the Bear guy?
Oh, yeah.
Who was at an Ohio State fair, and he said something to United States Senator Rob Portman. And
he made fun of his gray hair.
Did he talk like this? And so the senator got mad at him.
Yeah.
First of all, it was 100 degrees over the weekend in Ohio. You're in a friggin' bear suit, I'm sure as he was going to Ohio State University, he wasn't thinking, hey, one day I'm going to be Smokey the Bear at the Ohio State Fair, right? And there's the senator. Now, I would bet you, I could be wrong, I'm going to bet $100 that this guy is a Republican. Senator Rob Portman. I'm just going to bet it. Mm-hmm. I believe that a liberal senator, a Democratic senator, would not have...
You're so right.
Am I correct?
Yes, he is on the right.
Gotta be. And it's weird to me because people go, well, gee, why aren't you a Republican and all that? Look, financially, maybe I would be. They are just too fucking uptight for me. I am sorry. You do not break out a bong at a young Republican club, meeting. You just don't do it. I have never, ever gone to something where people were screaming, we need more war and we need less taxes, and you smell pot. You just don't. You at an anti-war thing or at, any kind of liberal thing, people are stoned. I mean, they're having it's like a good time, Yeah. And it's like, for me, it's cultural, it's like, I want to be with a group. Now, the ultra left can't take them, can't stand them, have no interest in them, But you don't even have to go ultra right to be in a group of guys, especially at a country club, who are uptight and hate anything at all that has to do with anything that might be relaxing, even though they believe in all of these freedoms, okay? And when they say freedoms and you mention, well, while we're getting our freedoms, why don't we all smoke dope, do some blow, and why don't we have threesomes? These people get upset by that. And I say that all the time. I go, I'm with you. You guys don't want abortion. Okay, let's stop abortion, but let's give every kid birth control pills and every kid condoms as soon as they come of age, 15 or 16. They go crazy. They go absolutely nuts. And all of them are getting laid or trying to get laid or whatever. It's that uptight thing. Why don't we let 18-year-olds drink? Why don't we, it's odd to me. Always will be. So what did he say to Senator Rob Portman?
He was a 65-year-old retired teacher.
Who?
The guy in the Smokey the Bear outfit.
He's a volunteer. How do you fire a volunteer?
And Paul Hammock, Hammock. Garrett, send his name to Andrea, and we want him on this show. We want this man playing Smokey the Bear.
He said he welcomed Portman and made one of his standard jokes about how Smokey stays young-looking by dyeing his gray hair. That's a little trick you might want to try, he said.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he added.
And Portman didn't like it.
That's not, the story says Portman thought it was funny. He wasn't offended and joined in the banter himself and didn't call for his dismissal.
So you mean the people at the fair didn't like it?
Someone overheard the joke
everybody's so
and
sensitive.
told on him.
And told on Smokey the Bear. Hey, guess what? Little house burning in Ohio as far as I'm concerned.
He was dismissed not for joking with the senator, but for failing to confine his remarks to fire prevention.
They left him a message that said, don't bother coming back.
Get him on this show.
If only he said, take some ashes and rub them in your hair.
Your hair looked a little... By the way, were you caught in that forest fire recently? And Senator Portman would say, well, no, Smokey, I wasn't. Well, you look like you've got ashes in your hair. Hey, don't forget, kids, put out your campfires with your own urine.
Hey, I bet they're hiring since they let this guy go. You're pretty good at that.
I'm Smokey the Bear. Yeah. What do they say? What is Smokey saying? What is the...
Only you can prevent forest fires.
Only you can prevent forest fires. Now, here's a question.
You're really good at it.
How did Smokey the Bear get to be Smokey the Bear? How did that happen? Let's go around the horn. I know. And 888-4-102-102. I tell you what, I'll give you an 8x10 glossy, and I have a Bic lighter in front of me, Garrett. That's all I have.
No Hillary pen?
Well, you know what? I can't believe you said that. I don't want to give that away, but I thought of it. I can't believe you thought of that just now. 888-4-102-102. How did it come to be, Christina, a Smokey the Bear to prevent forest fires? It was a real thing that happened.
Well, I'm going to go with the obvious. There was a forest fire, and a bear saved everybody.
The bear, hey, boo boo.
Yeah.
You mean, came in. All right.
Startled everybody. They ran for their life. Forest went up in flames.
The bear was actually there to eat people, and their picnic stuff, and the fire started, and they said if it hadn't have been for that bear, we would all be dead.
Exactly.
Totally fucking wrong. Garrett, what do you think it is?
There's a bunch of liberal hippies smoking weed thought of this stupid idea. A talking bear.
Just pick the talking bear.
Yeah.
Because they're endangered.
Sure, just because they were high. Thought it'd be funny.
All high.
A bear wearing a hat. Sounds funny.
And they work in like the Department of
the EPA or something.
Whatever it is. And then after that, highway patrolmen who wear those hats, it's called a Smokey the Bear hat, right?
Ooh.
That's right. But no, that's not it either. Let's go to Jeff of Pennsylvania. Jeff, why do you think it was Smokey the Bear? Do you have any idea? Smokey the Bear.
Smokey?
Yeah, Smokey. Why was that chosen? There's a specific reason why the bear was chosen. And there was an original Smokey the Bear. There was a real bear.
A successful children's book.
A successful children's book. No, that's not it. Where they wrote about... No, that's not it. Let's go to Brian of Long Fork. Where the hell is Long Fork? Where is that?
Hey, no, it's Lompoc, just north of you.
Lompoc.
All right.
Christina wrote Long Fork.
Home of the
folk,
Nixon,
like folk dancing.
No, Lompoc is where the federal prison is.
That's right.
And where
it's where all the Nixon crooks went.
It's where all the what?
It's where all the Nixon crooks went. It was a Club Fed in the late 70s.
It's not a Club Fed now because a buddy of mine goes there to visit murderers and people that have no visitors and that are locked up 23 hours a day. Brian, how did Smokey the Bear become?
Now, if I remember right as a kid, Smokey was an actual real bear, a cub, that they took out of a tree, survived the forest fire, and parents, the mother cub or mother bear dead. They took Smokey out of the tree after a forest fire. The firefighters dubbed him Smokey, and I don't know if they kept him as a pet.
Well, you know what? It may not have been the tree. The bear was actually on fire. It was a cub, and it was actually on fire and smoking, and it either came down from the tree or they got it and they saved it, and they called it, Smokey the Bear. And but it was, Christina, an actual bear that had caught on fire. Yeah. Well, Brian, we'll send you an 8x10 glossy of Jay Thomas, and something that we've never offered before. Christina will kiss a napkin with her lip prints on it.
She doesn't wear makeup.
I'll slap something on my face.
Yo, when we're taking our funny videos, she wears a lot of makeup, Garrett. She's going to put lipstick on, and she's going to kiss a napkin and sign it for you. So you'll have her lip prints, and you'll have my 8x10 glossy. All right?
Sounds suitable for framing. Thank you, Jay.
All right. Put him on hold there, Garrett. Actually, I would like a town named Long Fork. Wouldn't you? Where are you from? I'm from the Long Fork area. We had a guest on years ago, and his name was Andrew Mason, and he'd started a very silly little company called Groupon. And it was one of the most, people were calling and going, why did you have this guy on? And it was a little blurb, and you were here with us, Garrett, when it happened. It was less than 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I read a little blurb, and it said, this guy wants to start a company that is a clearinghouse for coupons. And you would bid on them and whatever. And he was boring, and I thought it was a weird idea. And I'll be damned, this guy, I mean, are they talking about somebody buying this thing for $400 million? Wait a second. Groupon showed, it reported $878 million in net revenue in the second quarter, Garrett. Just in a quarter. A 36% increase. When this guy was on, did we for 1 minute think we should buy stock in this company? No. I didn't. And you know what's funny? I have gone on Groupon, and there are other coupon things. It's difficult to use, and the stuff you get is kind of shitty. It's like, I guess they're restaurants. The best thing you can do, though, radio stations do it all over the country, or maybe it might even be restaurantcoupons.com. You'll pay $10 or $20, and you get a half off at really great restaurants, by the way. So you can pay $25, go into a restaurant where the meal's going to be $100 and something bucks, and the coupon's worth $75 or $100. And I've used them. I mean, they're really fine restaurants.
But every time my girlfriend gets them, she ends up just spending money for no reason. You know, she got
what do you
one.
mean?
It was $75. You get $150 at the frame store.
Yeah.
So then she goes in and brings in a poster, but the poster costs like $310 to frame. So yeah, she saved $75, but she still spent like $250. That she wouldn't have spent. She wouldn't, you know.
Well, she needed to get the thing framed.
She didn't. She just bought it and then found one, like a poster in her closet. She picked one and said, "I'll get this framed," just because she bought the Groupon.
You mean she had no interest in framing something?
No.
Got the Groupon and then said, "Let me find something to frame."
They get so caught up in, "Oh my God,
Really?
I'm saving $75. I have to buy this." And then they don't realize that at the end they wasted $250.
120 million people subscribe to Groupon, up 40% from the first quarter, 10 times more than a year ago. I mean, we had this guy on the radio with us. They think the company is worth $30 billion. I am absolutely stunned by this. It's just a guy that went online and put groups of people who have coupons together. I am...
And he did at the perfect time with the economy and everyone wanting to save money.
Well, you know, I get coupons in the grocery store, but you go in and I would rather buy the generic brand of the whatever. Like, here's the bad thing. I love grape nuts, right? Not the flakes. I like the nuts.
Mm-hmm.
But when you buy the grocery store brand, I don't know what they do to them. They're not the same. I don't know what it is. And I bring them home, and the hue and cry goes up at the What are these? I go, they're from the grocery store, and they're $1 less. The other one is Kellogg's has a Special K, but it has dried red fruit in it.
The berries? Oof.
Oh, wait a minute now. The grocery stores are selling the same thing.
Oh, no.
So I get, Brand X. I get Brand X and bring it home. These taste like cardboard. It's like, it can't be that much more expensive to make, the one that tastes exactly like the name brand.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, when I was a kid, when they would do TV spots and they would go, the main brand, the evil brand would always be Brand X. No one says that anymore, right? Brand X.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a great company to start. Brand X.
You just sell cheap shit?
Well, you'd sell, yeah, but it would be as good as the stuff you're selling. And, you'd have a 30-day, money-back guarantee and all that other shit, So, but yeah, they'd always go Brand X,
But there's some things you can't buy, like paper towels. If you buy the Brand X version, they just suck. Or soap.
You're nuts.
Like
That's
hand
all I
soap
buy.
or... What?
That's all I buy. I buy
garbage bags. Like
I buy the
Brand
cheapest
X, they
one.
just rip apart and...
They don't.
Oh... There's
they
some
don't.
things you can't buy.
So use 2 of them. What's funny? At my houses in my apartments in New Orleans that I rent, they are high end. In fact, a producer of a huge movie just rented one side of it. I make much more money renting my place to movie people than I make in the movies. Right? So I had the couple of books around, and you're going to stay there next weekend, right?
Yeah.
You will see this little white book there, and you can make a comment if you want to, right? And a lot of them say, oh, I know who you are. The house is great. Thank you very much. We had a wedding. We had a this. We had a that. One guy writes, I hadn't looked at it. He goes, yeah, the place is really good, but, you used a single-ply toilet tissue, and my finger kept ripping through it. He put that in this greeting book.
That's another thing on the list, toilet paper. You have to get name brand.
Scott.
You mean no, Charmin.
No, because Charmin it's soft, it goes fast, and then the little thingies stick to your vagina.